Good? Go ahead, sir.
And for Terrence, are you ready to feel the Mexican power, Terrence?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Keep Canelo's name out of your fucking mouth, Terrence Crawford. There's levels to this, and he's levels above you.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch.
Can't go with what you are. Have you read the papers? Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide. You've seen him. You know how strong he is. You can't win.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? For those of you guys who have been watching my channel since day one, going all the way back to when Oscar De La Hoya was promoting Canelo Alvarez, I was telling you guys on those videos back then, eventually the whole truth is going to come out. And what I meant by that is I knew already from some of the things that Oscar De La Hoya would say, even when he was trying to defend his fighter Canelo Alvarez, I knew there were things that Oscar wanted to say that he couldn't say because he was Canelo's promoter. For example, there was a time when Oscar De La Hoya, he said that if Canelo Alvarez wants to be considered great, he has to fight the likes of Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo. Remember, this was around the time that Canelo Alvarez had just moved to 160. And when Canelo first moved to 160, he was telling the media and the public that his goal was to become undisputed at 160. But shortly after he said that, maybe months later, Demetrius Andrade moved up to 160. He became champion there. Then Jamal Charlo moved up to 160. He became Canelo Alvarez's mandatory. Then all of a sudden, Canelo had no interest of becoming undisputed at 160. So what I was telling you guys in my videos is, I believe there's going to come a time where Oscar is no longer working with Canelo Alvarez. And once we get to that point, Oscar, he's going to tell all. He's going to reveal the fact that either they protected Canelo Alvarez from BAs that they felt he could not beat, or Canelo himself, he was avoiding all of the most dangerous undefeated BAs, or all of the above. Well, guys, it turned out to be all of the above. And it wasn't just BAs, by the way. It was just anyone that had a style similar to BAs, like even other black fighters, Cuban fighters. So I want to play this clip of what Golden Boy just recently said about Canelo Alvarez when they were promoting him.
Safe to say you were not stunned by what happened when he faced Canelo?
No, I picked him to win. I picked him to win, and that's a style that we avoided. The 12 years that we had Canelo, we avoided that style. The only reason the Lara fight got done was because Canelo insisted on it. But even Austin Trout gave him problems. Lara gave him problems. That's a style that we avoided. Mayweather did. And I felt that it was going to be a very similar fight to the Mayweather fight. I felt that Crawford was going to win a decision. I didn't think it was going to be that lopsided. I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but I felt that Crawford was going to beat him in a decision.
And just to give you guys the complete backstory when it comes to Canelo versus Erislandy Lara. For those of you guys who don't know, Canelo, he had been avoiding Lara for years. The only reason Lara got that fight was because after Canelo beat some bum he had fought, Lara, he surprised him and he hopped up on stage out of nowhere at the press conference. That was something that was completely unexpected. And this is the reason why when Andrade tried to do the same thing to Canelo Alvarez, this time Canelo was prepared. He had security, basically forcing Andrade out of the room. He completely blew it off because Canelo, he knew he could never beat Andrade. But in Lara's case, it was a wrap for Canelo once Lara made it to that stage. Once he got on that stage and he was standing right next to Canelo in front of the whole boxing world, Canelo could no longer hide the fact that this guy had been calling him out for years. the secret was out. And do you guys know which fans actually start putting pressure on Canelo to fight against Edeslani Lara? It was the fans from Mexico. The fans from Mexico, after they seen Lara jump on a stage like that, they all started to pressure Canelo to take this fight. And even by Canelo's own admission, this is the reason why he took the fight. Canelo had Mexican boxing analysts and fans straight from his country accusing him of ducking Edeslani Lara. And this is why I always tell you there is a distinction from the Mexican fans that live in America and the Mexican fans in Mexico. The Mexican fans in America, they're 10 times more racist than the Mexican fans in Mexico. In fact, the Mexican fans are even more racist than the white fans because they aspire to be white so much. They feel that if they're the dog that barks the loudest, they will become the dog that's accepted by the owner. So while the Mexican fans in Mexico were completely criticizing Canelo Alvarez not taking the best fights, Mexican boxers like Juan Manuel Marquez and other boxers, they were completely criticizing Canelo Alvarez because he wasn't taking on the tough challenges. The Mexican fans living in America, they were the complete opposite. They were encouraging Canelo to duck all of the BAs because the Mexican fans in America, they feel the worst thing to ever happen in the sport of boxing is to see a Mexican lose to a black fighter. So if there's a real good chance, which they knew it was a real good chance, that Canelo was going to lose to these BAs, they would rather not even watch the fight. And that's what you call the true definition of a race fan. See, because when the BAs fight, of course I'm going to root for my countrymen, but if there's a dangerous opponent out there and I don't know if my guy is going to win, I still want to see the fight, even if I know there's a good chance that my guy won't win because I want to know who the best is at the end of the day. But a lot of these Mexican fans, deep down in their heart, they already feel that the BA is the best fighter. They already feel that he's going to win because they've been watching their favorite Mexican fighters lose to BAs their whole life. But once again, they don't care if a Mexican guy, if he loses to a white fighter. In fact, they look at that as damn near an honor, right? They don't care if their fighter loses to a Filipino, a Japanese fighter, as long as they're not black. And this is the reason why it was always the Mexican race fans that were the main ones saying, oh, you know, Andre, he don't deserve to fight Canelo. Jamel, none of those black fighters deserve to fight Canelo. They're all bums, you know, they're horrible fighters, etc., etc. All the ridiculous talking points because they knew deep down that those BAs ain't nothing to play with. Even when Canelo fought Austin Trout, a lot of people don't know the backstory to that either. Some fans might think that Canelo Alvarez, he was just ready to challenge himself, right? And since he knew that Austin Trout would have been the biggest challenge of his career at that point, he took the fight. That's not what happened. What happened was Canelo, he wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather. That's who he was targeting. And it was Floyd Mayweather who told Canelo Alvarez, he said, you have to fight somebody. You have to get a significant win before we fight. Because if we fight without you fighting anyone, then I'm not going to get credit when I beat you. And on top of that, the fight won't be as big if you don't have a significant win before we fight. So Canelo Alvarez, he had to fight Austin Trout to get the Floyd Mayweather fight. Now, I want to wrap up this video by saying this. I truly believe if Mexican fighters were avoiding BAs before the Crawford win, oh man, it's going to get much worse now because of the way Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. The fact that he jumped up 3 weight classes and he turned it into a David versus Goliath fight. And he completely beat the shit out of Goliath. You see, Mexican fans and Mexican fighters, they already knew deep down the best fighters in the world are the BAs. This is the reason why, despite the fact that Mexicans hate all of these BAs, like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, if you notice, they was always saying that they need to fight against each other. That's all we would ever hear from Mexican fans, right? They don't like none of them, but they would always say, oh yeah, you know, Devin Haney, he ain't fighting nobody unless he fights Shakur or Gervonta, right? Shakur ain't fighting nobody unless he fights Gervonta or Devin Haney, because they felt anybody outside of the BAs, it's not even going to be a fair fight for the BAs. The only way they're going to be challenged is if they're fighting against another BA. This is the reason why you will never see a race fan being excited when there's an announcement of some undefeated BA fighting against some undefeated Mexican fighter, because they feel deep down that it's a guaranteed loss for the Mexican fighter. Do you guys remember back in the day when Golovkin, he was avoiding Edeslani Lara? I mean, Golovkin, he was avoiding Andre Ward as well, but I want to focus on Edeslani Lara for this point. Well, at that time that Lara was constantly calling out Golovkin and Golovkin was avoiding him, you know what the race fans would do, right? They would try to deflect, like saying Lara is a boring fighter. You know, basically just trying to justify the fact that Golovkin is avoiding him. And they're also saying they don't want to see it because once again, they think the black fighter is going to win. Or they feel, well, if Golovkin doesn't have confidence in fighting him, that means Golovkin knows something that even we don't know. Now, I've already broke this down in my code word videos. That's one of the main code words that race fans use is boring and other code words as well. So at this time, they was calling Lara boring. They were calling Floyd Mayweather boring. They were calling Andre Ward boring, just like they call Shakur boring today. So I brought all that up to say, do you guys know that when Lara was calling out Gennady Golovkin, you know what the race fans were saying? They were saying, why won't Floyd fight Lara? See, Floyd is ducking him. He's scared of him, right? They're accusing Floyd of being afraid of Lara, but they're defending Golovkin for avoiding Lara. But at the same time, I thought you guys said that Floyd and Lara are boring. So why would you want to see two guys fight if you're claiming that they're boring? This once again proves they never felt they were boring. It's a code word, which just means they're dominant BAs. Or at least Floyd Mayweather is, because Lara is not a BA. So the more they talk, the more they post on the internet, the more they expose themselves. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
I hope by now we can all come to an agreement that the Canelo fight was all like, it was kind of rigged. I don't know what happened. It started off good, but then towards the end, he kind of seemed kind of off. You know, he wasn't himself. Almost like if they got a phone call, you know, telling them, you got to throw the fight, you know, there's way too much money on the line right now. Everybody's betting on Canelo. You got to throw the fight. Throws the fight, we'll give him another extra, you know, who knows how much he got. For all we know, they got like 300, 400, 500 million. We don't know the full numbers. We thought it was just 100 million, which is already a lot, you know what I mean? Who gets paid that much money? And I don't know, it's just all fishy. I think it was just, he had to throw a fight, because now I guess now there's the rematch gonna happen, and Canelo has 2 more fights in 2027, so really what did he lose? He didn't lose anything. He got the belts back, didn't lose absolutely anything. His legacy's still up, people are cleaning after Canelo just lost. What do you think? I know Crawford fans, they're happy. They're like, I told you guys, you know. I ain't trying to make this a race thing, but we all know who's really happy that Crawford won.
Dame me my dinero. Come on. Y'all bet me. Who first? 100. Yeah, where's that? Zell. I got Zell. We can do all that later. That's 100. Come on. That's 200 cash. Come on, that money. It's another 100. Get that. Yeah, that's another 200. Look at that. You see that, huh? We getting that. That's another 100. Yeah. 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 Come on, where y'all at? One of them betted me $200 over there. Who was sitting on that by that car?
He said you only did 200.
Yeah. Who that was? Who that was? Sold me 100. What you got, 500 for me? And you got 100? Look this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. I'm missing $200. That was you? Yeah, that's 200, right? Your 100, right? You still missing some money. 1, 6, 11, that's 500, 12, 13, that's all 14. 14 big ones, baby.
Hey.
Barbecue today. Barbecue today. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. What y'all want to eat? What y'all want to eat? Yeah, y'all want barbecue today? What y'all want? Barbecue. Gracias.
You can just look at somebody and tell them, like, yo, you're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy. You can look at me and tell I'm that guy. I was born like this. I was blessed with this.
I'm always hungry. Just because I'm world champion, don't stop. The main goal and objective, and that's to keep going. I'm gonna forever keep going, forever keep winning.
Just naturally, man. I know how to do this. I born for this. I born for be different. And then you only this area. No, a lot of these fighters just do rapping. I just came off a loss, and I'm down to fight the best. I'm going up to 135 to fight somebody that they think I can't beat, and I'm going to dominate him, and then I come back down to 30 and beat his ass too.
My hunger is always gonna be there. I never get satisfied. I'm not satisfied. My job still isn't done. That's why. My job ain't done yet.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
Anyone who's ever had it understands shoulder pain is no joke. It can keep you up at night. Once it's in pain, it stays in pain all the time. You find yourself popping all kinds of painkillers, and then you find yourself trying to figure out what the problem is. You go see doctors, you go see surgeons, you go see physical therapists, massage therapists. The shoulder in particular has 4 different joints. Any one of those 4 joints can be problematic because you have these different ligaments that wrap around and hold those joints together. And then you have tendons from any one of 20 different muscles that attach to the shoulder blade that can go awry. Muscle and Bone NYC has been around serving many people, getting them out of shoulder pain and all kinds of joint pain since 2012. Contact us at mbnyc.fitness or call us at 917-238-3650. Let's get you out of that pain.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.